himself today. Known as a sign that he was a neurologist and was suffering from Alzheimer's. Many times, these things are shown to us in our daily life. That the very quality, the very trait that you are proud of is snatched away from you. It's taken away from you. You are proud of your mind power, your memory, your brains. Here you are, living but without brains. So there are no reason to be proud or arrogant or haughty. If you are angry because of your wretchedness, that you are firm on what God said, well, what makes you absolute? Absoluteness belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and no one else. At the level of Creator, He is absolute. At the level of creation, absoluteness is in our Prophet ﷺ, because He is the reflection of divine attributes. He is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Through Him, we are able to see what is right and what is wrong. He is the source of guidance. He is the one who reflects the divine light. Except Him and His progeny, the Imam is standing. No one can claim to be absolutely right. He is right. So if there was a matter that demanded absoluteness, that would be only referred to the Prophet and no one else. But let me quote you something from history. The Prophet is marched victorious in Mecca. And there are those from his companions who want to take revenge on the Meccans of what Meccans have done in the past against the Prophet and his Ansars of Medina, his companions. So all the companions raise the slogan, today is the day of revenge. Today is the day of revenge. And I would not say that it was something illogical. It was logical by their standards. Because after being on the receiving end for so many years, now you have a chance to confront your enemy. The enemy who had done all in his power to destroy this time. Remember, the Prophet ﷺ went to battlefield either himself or one of his companions went 82 times. In his short stay of 10 years in Medina, the Prophet had to go out to defend Islam himself or send one of his companions to do so 82 times. Which is every 6th week he had to go out and defend Islam. Most of these battles were either directly with the Meccans or with other tribes financed, directed, and led by Meccans. Every single battle the Prophet went to was either directly against Kuffar of Quraysh or indirectly so, because Kuffar of Quraysh helped them, blinded them, and financed them. So now the companions are victorious in Mecca. And there is a slogan, today is the day of revenge. And what does the Prophet say? These words are so sweet that they should be quoted in Arabic only. He said, Al-Yawm Yawm al-Barhana. Only 3 words. Al-Yawm Yawm al-Barhana. Today is the day of mercy. It's not the day of revenge. Al-Yawm Yawm al-Barhana. So wickedness, absoluteness, if the Prophet wanted, he could have taken them. These were war criminals, actually. Kuffar of Quraysh were war criminals. They were the ones who were involved in fighting against the Prophet for years. They are leaders at least. But what did the Prophet do? He made the house of their leader, Abu Sufyan, sanctuary. For those who do not want to accept Islam, can find sanctuary there. Those who want to accept Islam, they are brothers. Al-Yawma Yawma Marhama. So, earlier than that, at the Peace of Hudaybiyah, when the peace draft is being written down, and Ali is writing the draft. Ali writes, this is the peace treaty between the Meccans and Muhammad Rasulullah. The Meccans object. We don't regard you as Rasul. If you regard you as Rasul, you won't be fighting him. Cut Rasul out. Ali does not want to do it. How do you expect a Muslim, and a Muslim of Ali's caliber, to cross Rasulullah in front of Muhammad's name? Never. The Prophet himself strikes it out. So if there was a person who could be absolute, that was the Prophet. And we see him flexible on so many occasions, where he is right and absolutely right, and yet he is flexible. So rigidness does not have so in Islam. Flexibility is there. Animosity. Again, Prophet knew who will overjudge. No matter what. Prophet knew who Abu Sufyan was. And Abu Sufyan himself, later on, has said something which tells us a lot about his side, his character, and his history. He says that after the Prophet ﷺ entered the prison of Kaaba and the idols were brought down, the Prophet started making tawaf of Kaaba. When he was making tawaf, and I was seeing it, he and his companions were making tawaf. Abu Sufyan was seeing it from the periphery. He said, a thought passed my mind. And the thought was that if I could amass an army, I could still defeat him. Remember, he has accepted Islam. By his own account, he has accepted Islam. And he is in Kaaba with the Prophet. He's not making tawaf with the Prophet, but he's with the Prophet, standing on the periphery, watching the Prophet make tawaf. And he says, a thought passed my mind that if I could amass an army, I would defeat him. And he says that the Prophet completed the tawaf and came to me, patted on my shoulder and said, if you will do so, Allah will defeat you as He has defeated you in the past. Allah will defeat you as He has defeated you in the past. The Prophet knew his designs. After the victory, there's a battle that's known in the history as Hunayn. And then after the victory of Hunayn. Here, in addition to the companions of the Prophet from Medina, the new Muslims of Mecca have also participated. And the battle starts. Rally is vicious and striking. And Muslims, in their newfound power, are proud that they will defeat the enemy. They are able to. And they run for their lives. The Prophet is left almost alone, with only a handful of companions. In most traditions, it's 8 companions or 7. Prophet Sankar Abbas, Ali ibn Talib, and a few others. That's it. Abu Sufyan is standing the Prophet right here. There's another way. And he taunts the Prophet. Oh Muhammad, where are your companions?